Good afternoon and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. We're going to make a frame embellishment today. I actually made one of these for our purple swap, but I'm going to put one together today for you. This, let me show you. This is the little frame. I used this in I think it was the 3000 Celebrating Ginger 3000 subscriber hop on Ginger's Corner. I used this little frame and I cut it and put it a couple of places. So today we're going to just make an embellishment with this frame. You could put this on a card, you could use it in your scrapbook. There's just all different kinds of things. I've taken this little frame that I cut with that die cut and I just glued a little piece on here to set my embellishments on so that they have a place to rest, a place to grab hold. So we're just going to start building this. I used several dies. Let me show you. I kept out the dies that I used. I used this set of dies. It's a Tim Holtz set of dies. And then I used a couple of my punches, my flower punches. So that's what I used to make these flowers with. So we're going to start with the biggest one and we're just going to put it on this corner. We don't have to be neat or anything under that. I like that. So we're just going to start building this on this corner. And that's the darker one, kind of, it's not as dark as the frame, but it's darker. And I usually curl these as I go. Like I said, I couldn't curl them because they were going in the swap. And we have to keep those things that we mail flat, but I definitely curl these when they're my own. I should have done it before I put it down, but anyway, curling those just adds so much to these. So we'll do these before we start. Just curling them up with your finger or a pencil or something like that just gives them life. And put that one on there. Then we're going to go with a darker one. I'm putting 4 on these. 3 would be plenty, but I'm going to go ahead and put 4 layers, I think, on these. Maybe just 3 on this one. So, oops, I just dropped that right there. Anyway, that's going to be the starter for our corner embellishment there. Now, you can turn these, do these, anything you want. I'm going to show you a lot of different options. I'm just making this one just very plainly to use as an embellishment. You can use it as a, oh, I think I will. I had this little one already done and it's got a couple of little flowers. I think I'll stick that right in the middle there. Well, I'm just going to show you a lot of different options. But this is one option, just to take a frame. You could use hearts, you could use stars, you could use anything, and I'm going to show you several options. You could turn this, okay, here's one. Okay, we're going to put that right there. We can turn it the other direction and do some things with it, maybe like tucking some flowers and layering it up like that. So you've got it sort of heavy on one end. Then I usually cut an extra one so that I can have it to tuck somewhere else on my layout. Like just take an extra one and then cut it in half so that I have it somewhere I can tuck it somewhere. But anyway, so we have this kind of option to really load it up. Something like that. And of course you wouldn't have to use flowers. Okay, so there's our purple one. I made a couple of red ones. I really liked this one. This is, I don't think I have that die cut pulled out. No, I don't. But this is another, I believe, Tim Holtz die cut that those come from. So there's several. I mean, this one's not glued, so move that. This one is just like that one. But again, I would cut an extra. Then I want to show you something like if you wanted, you could use trees. Like this one, I did some trees that I'm going to put on that one. I thought that was cute. don't think I've got room to keep all of these on my little paper. But the ones that I'm going to show you next are like, look at this one. Get some trash. Look at this one. We need, sometimes we need something that's a little more boyish. I cut a couple. I've cut a darker brown, and then I cut the craft. You can layer these up, do things like this, and then look at, let's see, maybe put the boots down here in this corner, getting it more boyish. I'm going to take one of these away, and I'm going to show you. This was something I'm going to do. Look at this. I like that. But another thing that I really like that you can do with these little frames, I cut this. This, when you cut the middle part, when you cut this frame, you get this little middle part. And I don't throw those away. I'm going to show you what I did with some. But I just traced it and then cut it out and then put it behind here to be a journaling box. Now it becomes a journaling box. I thought, you know, you could do something, these are on acetate, do something like that. And you have your little journaling box. So anyway, just numerous things that you can take one of these little frame die cuts, throw some other little die cuts on with it, and you've got all kinds of cute embellishments or something for cards. You've got journaling boxes, just anything that you want to throw on there really looks cute. So don't be afraid to use your imagination on these things. Just jump in there and say, oh, that's my starting point. Now, what all can I do with it? So just some ideas that you know, we all have these sticker type things in our stash that we wonder what we're going to do with. And so to end up making an embellishment with them works out pretty cute. Oh, I do want to put, I'm going to put a rhinestone, excuse me, reaching, in the middle of this one, just to finish it off. There we go. I was going to show you, my daughter gave me this. It is so cute. It has all these different, it's like a little book, has all these different colors of rhinestone sheets in it. Isn't that cute? I love that. That's where that purple one came from. So I need to put it back in there. But I just love that. Okay, now I'm going to show you, I also added some things to mine. Like, for example, we have this. If you want it to be a little, you know, like this one comes up and goes across, I also put this little die cut in behind this one to come across there, just to dress it up a little. And like I said, do not throw these away. This particular one is kind of neat because it's uneven and I really like it. But don't throw those things that you cut out away. You could, like this one is from the craft one, draw your lines. It becomes your journaling. You put it in, you know, with your browns or with your other colors, and you've got your journaling box. But I wanted to show you, let me get this out of the way. I took some leftovers from my insides of my red ones, actually, and another leftover from a different card, the one I made that had the Dr. Seuss sign on it. These things were all left over, and so I made a base page. And so I'm going to put some pictures down this side, a picture over here, and a journaling box. So don't ever throw away these pieces. You can cut little sentiments out of them. You can stamp on them. So don't trash them, because I think that made a cute base page. This is going to be a little Halloween base page, and I think it's going to be really cute. So the thought for today, I didn't have a lengthy thought for today, but I'm starting to study Jeremiah. And so in my study of Jeremiah, The very first thing it talks about is when Jesus called Jeremiah to be a prophet, or when God called Jeremiah to be a prophet. And one of the first things Jeremiah says is, oh, I'm too young. And, he starts making excuses. We cannot make excuses to God. God created us. He knows who we are. He knows every fault, every failure, every weakness, every strength. And so he makes no mistakes. So if he calls us to do something, he intends to equip us to do it. And so if you feel God calling you to do something and you're trying to make excuses, just know that God knows that your excuses are not valid because he equips us when he calls us to do things. He equipped Jeremiah. He equipped Moses, who says, oh, but Lord, I'm slow of speech. And he says, I made your mouth. I can make you do anything and say anything. You don't have to worry about that. And so he tells Jeremiah, I will put my words in your mouth. And Jeremiah went on to be a mighty prophet. So just remember, we have no excuses when God calls us to do something. I hope you have a blessed day. I hope you can use this little quick embellishment to help you in some of your scrapbooking and just maybe to kind of catapult you into some ideas. So have a blessed day, and thanks for joining me here on Scrapbooking with a Twist. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I would certainly appreciate it. Thank you, and bye-bye.